Past the begin, rushing up now Arias. That is a real story. A real story now takes the lead. High gear drives back in second. It's now real story coming from behind by a length and a half. High gear still in second. It's still real story. High gear fighting it out for the lead. High gear is fighting back down or inside. High gear grabs the lead of a real story. High gear, real story. Entering the finish line, it's high gear, real story.
Melody jumps quick out of the gate. Right behind is second is Dolly Bird. But now Dolly Bird leading the way, followed by Sweet Melody. Sweet Melody keep on hugging in seconds, and now Sweet Melody move coming from behind to take a lead over Dolly Bird. As they race the last 200 meters, these two keep on matching their strides together. Sweet Melody moving on the outside, Dolly Bird on the inside. Sweet Melody, Dolly Bird, and at the wire, a close finish.
So immediately moving up now Arias, that is Tudor Crown. Tudor Crown on the outside by the release Royal Symbol. These two now fighting it out for the lead. Tudor Crown takes the lead by a neck, running by the release Royal Symbol, who's fighting back down on the inside. And at the last 200, these two keep on matching their strides together. Tudor Crown on the outside. Royal Symbol is running by the Royal Symbol, Tudor Crown, Royal Symbol. And finally, it's going to be Royal Symbol.
This Country Sultan, but now these two keep on fighting it out for the lead. Mystical Magician moving on the inside, Country Sultan by the rail. As they race at the last 200 meters, still these two keep on matching their strides together. Country Sultan moving on the inside, Mystical Magician by on the outside, Country Sultan, Mystical Magician, Country Sultan, and at the wire, a close finish.
Now is Naya Dip, Episteory, matching their strides together. Arias, that is Naya Dip, fighting back down on the inside, Episteory. It's at the last 200, we've got Naya Dip on the outside, Episteory is running by the Episteory takes the lead, Naya Dip, once again on the outside. These two keep on matching their strides together. Naya Dip now grabs the lead, and nearing the finish line, it's Naya Dip. Episteory.
Principessa is still Moonbell leading the way, followed by Principessa. Principessa trying to get closer to Moonbell, but still Moonbell leading the field, followed by Principessa. With 200 meters to race, is still Moonbell maintaining lead over Principessa. Principessa moving on the outside, Moonbell on the inside, Principessa, Moonbell, and at the wire, it's going to be a close finish.
Indian Pharaoh, Roma Victor, fighting it out for the leader. Roma Victor on the outside by a neck. Running by the second is Indian Pharaoh. With Roma Victor by half a length. Indian Pharaoh is fighting back down on the inside. And at the last 200 with Roma Victor still there in front by a length and a half. And in second still is the Indian Pharaoh. With Roma Victor now strides away by about 2 lengths. Entering the finish line, it's Roma Victor, Indian Pharaoh.
My Grandeur is still Sergeant Romeo leading the way, followed by My Grandeur. My Grandeur keep on hugging in seconds, but still Sergeant Romeo drives away over My Grandeur. As they race the last 200 meters, is still Sergeant Romeo maintaining lead over My Grandeur. My Grandeur moving on the inside, Sergeant Romeo on the outside, and at the wire is an impressive victory. Sergeant Romeo over My Grandeur.
Beginning nicely to start, rushing up now is Lakshanam. It's still Belia Amor enjoying a 4-9 lead. Lakshanam still in second. It's still Belia Amor, Lakshanam on the outside, and at the last 200, Belia Amor, Lakshanam rushing about the outside. It's now Lakshanam by a neck. Belyamor is running by the Lakshanam, Belyamor, and finally it's Lakshanam, Belyamor.
And now these two keep on fighting it out for the lead. Mystic Majesty moving on the inside and Graceful on the inside. And now these two keep on matching their strides together as they race the last 200 meters. Mystic Majesty moving on the inside drives away over Graceful, and at the wire is an impressive victory for Mystic Majesty over Graceful.
Phantom Virginia rushing upon the outside. It's still Silver Phantom by half a length. Virginia on the outside second. And at the last 200, it's still Silver Phantom Virginia on the outside. It's still Silver Phantom Virginia remains in second with Silver Phantom now by a length and a half. Virginia now pushing very hard on the outside. It's still Silver Phantom doing it from start till end. Second is Virgin.
Trustful move coming from behind to take the lead over Dark Desire. It's still Trustful leading the way, followed by Dark Desire. And now these two keep on fighting it out for the lead as they race the last 200 meters. Trustful rushing on the outside, Dark Desire on the inside. Trustful leading the way, followed by Dark Desire. And at the wire, it's going to be Trustful over Dark.
Match point by Alec, followed by Thunderbolt, trying to get closer on the outside. It's still match point, increasing the lead by 2 lengths now. Thunderbolt getting work to get closer. It's still match point by 3 lengths and followed by Thunderbolt on the outside. It's still match point and Thunderbolt on the outside, but it's still match point saying goodbye to his opponent. And finally, it's going to be match point followed by
Superlative fighting it out for the lead. Superlative White Label now by a neck, running by the rally. Superlative White Label takes the lead by half a length, running by the rally. Superlative who's fighting back down on the inside, and at the last 200, White Label by a neck. Superlative is running by the rally. Superlative White Label, but White Label now rides away by a length and a half over Superlative, and down to the finish it's still White Label, and finally it's White Label.
It's still Nightingale increasing the lead by 2 lengths now, and Olivia on the outside. It's still Nightingale and Olivia on the outside. It's Nightingale and Olivia threatening a danger on the outside. It's still Nightingale, Olivia on the outside. It's still Nightingale and Olivia on the outside. It's Nightingale, Olivia on the outside. Nightingale, Olivia, and finally it's going to be Nightingale followed by
Can have Countess still in second. It's still Tenerife enjoying a 2 lengths lead now. Countess remains in second, and at the last 200 it's still Tenerife showing the way by about 2.5 lengths. Countess still in second. It's still Tenerife, Countess on the outside, down to the finish. It's still Tenerife, Countess, and at the wire from start to finish it's Tenerife. Second is Countess.
for the lead. It's Dark Shadow and Violetta by Darella. But it's still Dark Shadow and Violetta on the outside. It's a battle royale between two horses. It's Violetta, Dark Shadow on the outside. It's Dark Shadow and Violetta. Last 200 meters, it's still two Dark Shadow and Violetta. It's still Dark Shadow, Violetta by Darrell. Dark Shadow, Violetta. Violetta and Dark Shadow, and finally it's Violetta and Dark
Eagle Fate being ridden hard for the Alive by Darrell. It's still Bald Eagle Fate fighting it out for the leader. Bald Eagle by a neck running by Darrell's Fate. It's still Bald Eagle Fate, and at the last 200 it's still Bald Eagle running on the outside. Fate is pushing very hard down on the inside. Fate, Bald Eagle, Fate, but still Bald Eagle by a neck. Fate entering the finish line. It's Bald Eagle. Second is
Mirsa and Dark Trooper on the outside. It's still Dark Trooper on the outside and Mirsa by Darela. It's Mirsa and Dark Trooper panning out for the leader. But it's still Mirsa by Alec followed by Dark Trooper on the outside. It's still Mirsa and Dark Trooper. Last 100 meters. Mirsa increasing the lead by 2 lengths. And finally, it's going to be a simple exercise for horse Mirsa followed by Dark.
The outside, it's still Ingrid enjoying a length lead, rushing upon the outside now is Miss Goodnight, and at the last 200 it's still Ingrid showing the way by a length and a half, being ridden hard for the alive. Now on the outside is Miss Goodnight, Ingrid, Miss Goodnight fighting it out for the lead. Miss Goodnight, Ingrid is running by the lead. It's now Miss Goodnight, and finally it's Miss Goodnight, Ingrid.
Entries fighting out for the leader. It's Madam Gay and Edgar by Darela. But it's still Madam Gay, Edgar by Darela. Last 200 meters, it's still Madam Gay and Edgar by Darela. It's Madam Gay and Edgar trying to get closer and threatening a danger by Darela. But it's still Madam Gay and Edgar by Darela. And finally, it's going to be the Blue Silk, Madam Gay. Followed by
Cherokee run on the outside. It's Jungle Dreams. Cherokee run fighting it out for the lead. Cherokee run running on the outside. Jungle Dreams is running by Drella. It's now Cherokee run by Hapalang. Jungle Dreams is fighting back down on the inside. Jungle Dreams, the big horse on the outside is Cherokee run. Cherokee run, Jungle Dreams. It's now Cherokee run by Hapalang over Jungle Dreams. And nearing the finish line, it's Cherokee run. Jungle Dreams.
Ang 8 lengths lead over Bagsia. It's still Wind Chaser and Bagsy trying to get closer. It's still Wind Chaser. Bagsy coming from behind like a house on fire. Moves up to grab the lead. Last 200 meters. It's still Bagsy and Wind Chaser. But it's still Bagsy and Wind Chaser coming back once more. It's 2 horses fighting out for the lead. It's Bagsy and Wind Chaser. And finally, it's a close.
Quickly at the start, on the outside now is Hanazu. It's still Shining Magnum. Hanazu on the outside being pressed, but still Shining Magnum by a neck. Hanazu on the outside. And at the last 200, it's still Shining Magnum. Hanazu on the outside. Shining Magnum refuses to give up by Hapalang on the outside is Hanazu. Down to the finish, Shining Magnum. Hanazu. Hanazu, Shining Magnum. And finally, it's Shining Magnum.